Hey everybody, let me show you what I got going on today. You can see this, that's a USB. Basically it's this USB outside the case. So what happened, it got physically damaged. I guess somebody kicked it or it got hit. And let me see if I can show you the damage. I already fixed it. You can see there, well, if we go from the top, you can see there you got 4 pins. See if I can mark them off for you. So this is a USB 2. So a USB 2 basically has 4 pins. You can see, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. So those pins there. The first 2 are fine, but you see the other 2 basically got separated, lifted off of the pads underneath. So this customer sent this out to a lab and they gave him some ridiculous price, I think like $2 grand to get this fixed. He brought it in and I was able to fix it. Let me show you on the screen here. Basically, if you look at that, that's the same thing that you're looking at down there. This is through the microscope. So what I did here is, as you can see again, you know, these 2 are still attached. This one's lifted and this one's lifted. This one, you know, there's nothing underneath. There's usually, when it gets separated, there's a little pad here or just metal right here, which is where it solders to. It's completely blank. So it lifted the whole pad. So here what I did was basically scratched here. You scratch around the surface and you're able to, you know, get a little bit of the pad from underneath. So scratch there, and then basically if you see this, that's just a wire. So soldered it to the terminal here, to that connector, and then soldered to a little piece of little pad down there. And then this one kind of the same. This one was closer, but the same thing, separated. So again, I mean, it looks pretty ugly, but it worked. Same thing, soldered a little, that cable. And that cable, you look at that there, and it looks huge, but that cable is this. You can see there compared to my finger how thin that is. You can barely see. It's like a hair, maybe even thinner than a hair. And yes, or at least aesthetically it looks terrible. Let me see, did I take my flash off? Yeah, the flash is glaring on there. So aesthetically it looks terrible. Sheesh, that flash is terrible. Okay, but it worked. We got all the files off of there. You can see that. You could see that there, how it is. Yeah, you can see that better that way. So ugly looking, but we get the data, and that's the whole point, is not worry about the USB. The data that was on there's really like a gigabyte, not even 2 gigabytes, but you could have, you know, a gigabyte of data that is, you know, priceless, you could say. So we're able to get that off. So data recovery, I do all the other data recoveries. I think videos I've done, you've seen on the RapidSpar hard drives. But here on USBs, also if it's a connection or something like that, or sometimes they get corrupt and they could be recovered as well. So that's what's going on right here, right now at PC 911.